Your phone buzzes. iCloud storage full. You tap it out of habit, not thought. A screen opens, already asking for 99 cents a month. You scroll past it, looking for the option to just not. It takes 4 taps to even find that option. The upgrade button took 1. You don't remember agreeing to any of this. You definitely never signed anything. You just wanted the red banner gone. That's not a glitch. That's the plan. By the end of this video, you will never look at that red bar the same way again. Let's start with a number Apple picked in 2011 and never once revisited. Every free Apple ID comes with 5 gigabytes of iCloud storage. That number was set the year iCloud launched. 2011. It has not moved once since. In that same stretch of time, the iPhone camera went from 8 megapixels to 48. A single photo today can weigh 5 times what it weighed back then. 1 minute of 4K video can eat almost a quarter of your entire free plan. For comparison, Google's free tier sits at 15 gigabytes. Microsoft gives 5, the same as Apple, but doesn't sell nearly as many cameras. Apple sells the camera that fills the space and controls the size of the space. It has never explained why 5 was the number. It has simply never changed it. Here's the part that makes the number almost funny. You can pay Apple $1,000 more for an iPhone with a full terabyte of local storage. Your free iCloud allowance stays exactly 5 gigabytes, no matter which model you bought. The device in your pocket got dramatically bigger, generation after generation. The cloud that backs it up did not grow by a single gigabyte. Buy the biggest phone Apple sells, and you still hit the same 5 gigabyte wall as everyone else. You paid extra for the storage on your phone. Nobody mentioned the cloud wasn't included. Somewhere inside Apple, a team reviews that free tier every year. The technical cost of storage has fallen dramatically since 2011. Raising the free number by even a few gigabytes would cost the company very little. Every year, the number stays at 5 anyway. From inside the machine, 5 gigabytes was never a technical ceiling. It was a business decision, renewed on purpose, year after year. Here's the part almost nobody realizes about that 5 gigabytes. It isn't just for photos. Your iPhone's full device backup counts against it too. So do your messages, your notes, your app data, your mail. Every category competes for the same 5 gigabytes at once. A single iOS backup alone can run 2, 3, 4 gigabytes on its own. Add photos on top of that, and the math was never close. The plan was never sized for one thing. It was sized to fail at all of them together. You remember setting up your iPhone. The prompts moved fast. Backup to iCloud was already selected before you touched the screen. This is called the default effect, studied extensively by researchers Richard Thaler and Cass Sunstein. People overwhelmingly keep whatever option is pre-selected for them. Switching a default off takes more effort, more clicks, more certainty than leaving it alone. So almost nobody switches it off. You didn't choose iCloud backup that day. You simply failed to uncheck it in time. Photos alone can fill 5 gigabytes in a few hundred shots. Turn on live photos, and every still image quietly becomes a short video too. Add a single vacation of 4K clips, and the ceiling arrives within days. Most iPhone owners hit that ceiling within the first year of owning the phone. Not because they store too much, because the ceiling was never built to hold a modern camera roll. Once you're close to full, your iPhone offers a helpful sounding fix. Optimize iPhone storage. It reads like a feature, not a trap. Turn it on, and your phone quietly swaps full-resolution photos for tiny local copies. The real files now live only in iCloud, not on your device at all. This is called Roach Motel design. Easy to walk into, very hard to walk back out of. The researcher who coined the term dark pattern, Harry Brignall, specifically named this exact shape the Roach Motel. Try to leave iCloud now, and you need enough space to re-download everything first. The space you don't have, which was the entire problem you were trying to solve. The exit was sealed the moment you accepted the entrance. It doesn't stop at your phone. Your iPad pulls from the same photo library. So does your Mac. Turn off iCloud photos anywhere, and every device loses the same synced copies at once. What looked like one photo library was actually one shared dependency, spread across every device you own. Canceling doesn't just shrink your phone. It reaches into every screen in your house. You've felt this. The moment you go looking for the photo from 3 summers ago, and it loads as a blur before it sharpens. That half-second delay is the low-resolution stand-in, quietly fetching the real file from a server. Your own memories, rented back to you, one download at a time. The more expensive the iPhone, the worse this particular problem gets. Pro models shoot in formats built for professional-grade image quality, with much larger file sizes. A single one of those photos can run past 100 megabytes on its own. A few minutes of that video format can outweigh the entire free plan by itself. So, the customers who paid the most for the best camera Apple makes hit the wall the fastest of anyone. The upgrade that was supposed to feel like a reward becomes the fastest route back to that red notification. Once you're full, the notifications begin. iCloud storage almost full. Then, a few days later, again. This is called the nag factor, a reminder repeated often enough that compliance becomes the easiest way to make it stop. Every notification carries exactly one button: upgrade. There is no button that says, help me delete things instead. This warning doesn't wait patiently for you in one screen. It interrupts you mid-photo, refusing to save what you just captured. It appears when Messages tries to back up in the background, and quietly fails. It shows up inside the App Store, inside Mail, inside almost anything that touches iCloud at all. Wherever you are on the phone, the warning already knows how to find you there. The interface offers you one path forward, over and over, until you take it. You've tapped it, probably more than once. Not because you compared plans and decided iCloud Plus was the best value on the market. Because the alert wouldn't stop, and 99 cents felt smaller than the effort of fighting it. That small relief, when the red bar finally disappeared, that relief was the design working exactly as intended. Upgrading takes one tap and a fingerprint. Canceling takes you through several confirmation screens, each one warning you about data you're about to lose. The path in is frictionless. The path out is built to make you reconsider. Apple currently prices iCloud Plus at roughly $1, $3, or $10 a month for 50 gigabytes, 200 or 2 terabytes. That first tier, 50 gigabytes, is barely bigger than what a single modern camera roll needs in a year. It exists less as a real option and more as a number that makes the middle tier look reasonable by comparison. This is called anchor pricing. The smallest option isn't there to be chosen. It's there to make the next one look like the sensible one. The paid tiers don't only sell you storage. They bundle in a browsing privacy feature, a tool to mask your email address, and support for storing home security footage. Wrapped together like that, the subscription stops feeling like a patch for a problem Apple created in the first place. It starts feeling like a genuinely good deal on several unrelated conveniences. The storage, the actual thing you needed in the first place, quietly disappears into the bundle built around it. Most people never sit down and compare those numbers. There is a screen that shows you exactly what's filling your storage, file by file. It lets you delete old backups, old messages, anything you no longer need. To find it, you go 4 screens deep into settings before it appears. The upgrade button, by comparison, appears the moment you open settings at all. One path is placed exactly where you'll see it first. The other is filed away where almost nobody looks. Even deleting photos doesn't free up space right away. Apple holds them in a recently deleted folder for 30 more days before they're actually gone. Your storage stays just as full during that entire month, even though you already deleted everything you meant to. The fastest way around that 30-day wait is the same button that's been waiting for you the whole time. They just need the red bar gone, and they take whichever tier does that fastest. Apple also lets you share one iCloud Plus plan across an entire family, which sounds generous. It also means a household, instead of quietly splitting into 5 separate storage problems, becomes one recurring subscription, covering all of them. More people relying on one plan. More reasons that plan never gets canceled. Apple reports its revenue to investors in categories every single quarter. One of those categories is called services. iCloud subscriptions live inside it. Services has grown into one of the fastest growing parts of Apple's entire business. Investors specifically track that growth as a sign of how well Apple is doing, separate from how many phones it sells. A 5 gigabyte free tier that never grows is a small, quiet contributor to a number read aloud on every earnings call. From inside that boardroom, A subscriber who upgrades once almost never downgrades again. That subscriber stops being a customer in the way you'd normally use the word. They become a recurring line, counted quarter after quarter on a slide. Somewhere in Cupertino, a product roadmap gets reviewed every year too. Every year, someone could propose raising the free tier from 5 gigabytes. Every year, that proposal has to justify itself against a subscription business that depends on it staying small. The free tier isn't frozen by accident. It's frozen by that comparison, made on purpose, year after year. None of this required Apple to make a worse phone. It only required Apple to leave one number exactly where it was in 2011. Cameras got sharper, videos got longer, photos got heavier. The free ceiling stayed at 5 gigabytes through every single one of those upgrades. The gap between what your phone can capture and what iCloud gives away for free, that gap is the product. The longer you own the phone, the worse this gets, not better. Every photo from this day forward adds to a library that was already stretched thin. There is no year where the free tier catches up. There is only the year you finally upgrade. This is a version of what's called sunk cost exploitation. The more you've already invested in a system, the harder it becomes to walk away from it, regardless of the price. The subscription doesn't just start small. It becomes more expensive to leave with every year that passes. Line them all up. A free tier frozen at 5 gigabytes since 2011, while every camera generation made files heavier. A phone that got a full terabyte bigger, tethered to a cloud allowance that never moved once. A premium camera mode that fills that same small allowance faster than any other feature on the phone. That same 5 gigabytes split 3 ways, between photos, backups, and everything else on your phone. A backup default switched on before you ever touched the setup screen. A camera roll engineered, generation after generation, to outgrow that free tier fast. A storage optimizer that quietly makes iCloud the only place your real photos still exist. A photo library stretched across every device you own, so canceling costs you all of them at once. A warning that follows you into every app, not just the one screen where it started. A 30-day hold on anything you delete, so even cleaning up doesn't free you right away. Notifications repeated until upgrading feels like the only way to make them stop. An upgrade button, one tap away, and a cancellation path built to slow you down. A cheapest tier size to make the next one look like the reasonable choice. Extra features bundled in until the subscription stops looking like a fix and starts looking like a deal. A free screen to manage your own storage buried 4 taps deep while the paid button sits in plain sight. A family plan that turns one subscriber into a whole household of them. And a line in a quarterly earnings report that quietly calls all of it services revenue. The casino invented the notification that won't stop until you respond to it. The mall invented the layout that's easy to enter and hard to leave with nothing. The subscription box invented the treadmill that's easier to stay on than to step off. Apple didn't invent either idea. It just installed both of them inside the phone already sitting in your pocket. Here's the part worth sitting with. None of this is illegal. None of it is even hidden, technically. The number 5 gigabytes is public. The prices are public. The setting is sitting in your phone right now if you go looking for it. It works because almost nobody goes looking. It works because a storage warning feels like your own fault, and 99 cents feels like the fastest way to make that feeling disappear. You are not careless for running out of space. The space was never big enough to begin with. And the next time that little iCloud bar turns red, some clear part of your brain is going to whisper, "I see what you're doing." We take them apart one by one. So if you'd rather see the system than be moved by it, you already know what to do.